Well, it about covers it, doesn't it? Who knows who's going to win the men's 200 meters freestyle? But I tell you what, we're going to find out very, very shortly. This, for me, is literally the race of the century. If I tell you who we got in this final, you simply won't believe it. Here is Joe Litchfield. Well, he stole gold on that men's 100 meters butterfly. He was brilliant. Don't write him off because he's outstanding on the outside. Luke Turley, also a fantastic sprinter freestyler. Bronze at the Commonwealth Games, set a lifetime best to qualify for this final. And here's one of the recognised big boys. It is Duncan Scott, Olympic silver medalist on the individual 200 metres freestyle, won gold on the 4x2 free relay. He's in 7. Kieran Bird next out. Here he is. Well, he won gold here on the 400 metres freestyle and looked absolutely fantastic, finished brilliantly. And next to Duncan Scott, we've got James Guy. Nobody in the crowd there. None of those predictors mentioned this guy's name. Write him off at your peril, James Guy. His teammate's going to be next to him, Matt Richards. This is going to be so interesting. Molly, where are you going here?
Oh, it's such a tough one. I think we just have so much depth. We have so many boys already going 144s, and we have the winning team from Tokyo in this heat as well. So we have Tom Dean, Matt Richards, Jimmy Guy and Duncan Scott winning gold in that relay. So it's such a tough one, but I think I'm going to back Duncan from the outside lane.
Well, here he is. This is the Olympic champion on this 200 metres freestyle. It's Matt Richards, second fastest seed. Excuse me, Olympic champion, world's champion from last year's Matt Richards. And here is the Olympic champion, it's Tom Dean. So let me just run through those again. In 4, 5, 6 and 7, we've got the Olympic champion in 4. We've got the world champion from last year in 5. We've got an ex-world champion and double Olympic champion in 6. We've got the Olympic silver medalist in 7, all on the 200 metres freestyle. Only 2 people can swim it individually at the Olympic Games, but all 4 of those men can make the Olympic team on the 4x2 free relay. This is going to be so tight. Wow. Molly Renshaw, what are you thinking here?
I think the qualifying time here is not going to be the issue. It's about the top 4 getting their hands on the wall first, and obviously the top 2 getting their individual slots.
There's 8 men, 7 Olympians, 6 Olympic gold medals between them, 14 Olympic medals between them, 34 World Championship medals between them. The Olympic champion, the world champion, double Olympic champion, Olympic silver medalist and Olympic champion. All different people. What a race. The final of the men's 200 metres freestyle. There's the world champion, Richards. Massively anticipated final, this.
Take your marks.
The final of the men's 200 metres freestyle at this 2024 Aquatics GB Swimming Championships, and it's going to be an absolutely fascinating one. The glitterati of world swimming in 200 metres freestyle, they're all in this race. Fastest seed, Tom Dean right in the centre, but who knows where the medals are going to go. Don't write out lanes 1, 2 and 3, they're quick, Turley, Bird and Macmillan, but 4's Dean, 5 is Richard, 6 is Guy, 7 is Scott, 8 is Litchfield, and first over, well, that's interesting. Richards has decided to go out quickly. Fascinating.
Yeah, great front end speed there from Matt. He won the 100 earlier this week, so we know he's got that front end speed, but amazing back end speed from Dino and Duncan Scott. They finished as 4 100ths apart at the Olympic Games, so expect to see them come home strong.
Well, James Guy's going, and I said don't write him off. As soon as you write off James Guy, that's exactly when he sticks in a massive one. He does go out quickly. The rest of the field will come back at him. Duncan Scott's right next to him, though, so this is going to be interesting. Duncan Scott's on this side of James Guy, the white hat. 1 lane up from James Guy in the white hat is Matt Richards in the black hat. Oh, my goodness me, and the Olympic champion is in the red hat right in the centre. He's got some work to do, but with 50 metres to go, James Guy leads from Matt Richards, Duncan Scott and Tom Dean.
I honestly don't know what's going to happen down this last 50. Duncan and Dino have such strong back ends, but Such a brave first half of the race there from James Guy.
Well, Matt Richards is starting to take over. He had a fantastic 100 metres freestyle. He won that, silver on the 50. And the black hat in the centre of the 2023 world champion is definitely there. But look at Duncan Scott coming through. Look at Duncan Scott closer to us. It's Richards and Scott. Who gets the touch? Richards gets it from Scott. 1:44.69 from a 1:44.75. Oh my goodness me, that is just incredible. Well, the relay's just blown it away. That's utterly brilliant. No doubt about the relay going to Paris in a couple of months' time, but what a race that was. Matt Richards wins the massive head-to-head by 6/100ths of a second from Duncan Scott in second, the first two doing the nomination time for the Olympics. The third place swimmer was the Olympic champion, Tom Dean, and James Guy's got fourth. Delighted for him. So all four, Richard, Scott, Dean and Guy, they are all going to Paris. There's the white hat of James Guy. So pleased for him. What a race that was. Wow.
So brave there from Jimmy as well. Took it out so strong, and I think a lot was riding on that event for him. You know, his 100 flight didn't quite go to plan earlier this week, so to be confirmed on the team there, I'm over the moon for him.
Whoa, goodness me. I mean, just the way it unfolded was extraordinary. And the Olympic champion, well, he'll be going to Paris definitely. He's on that relay, that 4x2. They can all get together and try and defend that title that they won in Tokyo 3 years ago. But what a race. And the way it unfolded with James Guy, so brave.
Yeah, so brave. And I think he knew he kind of had to get himself out there. Matt, Duncan and Dino all come back so strong down that last 50. So really had to be brave to 150 and just hold on. I'm so glad he got his hand on the wall in fourth.
Gracious me, amazing. Well, right there, that was the 100 metres turn, and James Guy went early. The bravery of this guy is amazing, and he's still delivering. He's still going so well. He won the World Championships, the white hat of James Guy in 2015, and he's still right there with 25 to go. And the black hat there right in the centre was Matt Richards. Richards won it. Second was Duncan Scott. Third, Tom Dean. Fourth, James Guy. Well, the band is going to get back together in Paris. Gracious me, what a race that was. The result of the men's 200 metres freestyle, the greatest race in the world in any trials. Matt Richards won it, Duncan Scott second, both underneath that to nomination time. And Tom Dean will go and James Guy will go. All of them with...
What way to finish the programme. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a cheer for these boys? Now there's four of us down here. I've got Jimmy here because I've been told we can confirm that this is your men's 4x200 metre freestyle relay for Paris! So Jimmy, I know there's a lot of pressure on that race. The fly didn't go how you wanted it to, but to come out here and know you're on the team now, it couldn't be a better finish to your week.
Yeah, of course. It was nice to kind of finally qualify for the team. Usually kind of at the start of the week, I'm on the team quite early, but yeah, last day I had to wait for my place, but yeah, to qualify again for my third Olympic Games is pretty special.
Yeah, amazing stuff, and to do with these boys, congratulations. Well done, mate. I'm going to send you off that way and jump in here. Because, of course, Matt, we had the 200-metre freestyle. You smashed it to the nomination time again. That is such a fun race to watch. I'm sure it is to race.
It's a bit more painful than the 50 and the 100, I'll be honest, but yeah, it's always great fun. I mean, especially racing with these boys. You know, in the summer, we'll all get to race together as part of that relay. Which everyone knows just how exciting that is, but it's always a privilege and an honour to be able to race alongside them.
And you know, you've done it in the 50, the 100 and the 200. It's super impressive to be able to hit across all three of those distances and very different races as well. What was the hardest one for you, I suppose?
Oh, definitely that one. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's the longest distance, isn't it? So, I mean, it stings the most, but yeah, it's probably also the most fun just because there's so many different ways of swimming it. As we saw tonight, but yeah, super happy with that.
Well, look, congratulations, you've been amazing this week. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Richards. Duncan, as well, it's always a big race to finish the week off. You get to come in here and race these boys. You've been doing it all week, but a nice sort of cherry on top of the cake to know that this is your relay, these are your boys, you're going back to Paris.
Yeah, you know, it's always so difficult with, you know, there's only two individual spots, and, you know, it's difficult. I know I've been on the wrong side of that, you know, last year, and you know, at the same time, it sort of urges everyone on. You know, there's real good quality in that race. You know, it's quite exciting for the 4x2, but yeah, it's a tough way to end the week. You know, you're just, that 2-3 is always in the back of your mind, but, you know, another exciting one, and yeah, no, I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, well, look, Look, congratulations on that silver medal, mate, and another nomination time. Go on, Duncan, I'll squeeze around here. Tom, I'll jump on this side of you, mate. You know, it's been an interesting week for you, ups and downs, sort of putting together a lot of different races, a very busy program. You're going back to Paris for different things, but just why don't you sum up your week for us and sort of how it was for you and your thoughts on it?
Yeah, you know, coming here and qualifying Paris was exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah. Did that on my first race, did that on the 2 AM. I knew it was going to take a momentous effort against these boys, but we're going back to Paris. We have an Olympic title to defend, and unfortunately I've got loads of family and friends here supporting me, so I'm very lucky. That's the main thing, so thank you very much.
Look, you're always amazing to watch. I love watching you boys do it. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, please give it up for your British medalists.
And we're bringing our Aquatics GB super fan, Sam Bush, who won the prize, very on to present the medals. The bronze to Tom D. It's silver for Duncan Scott.
Well, I'm still in shock, I have to say. It was absolutely brilliant. It really was. Well, the medals have been presented by a super fan. One lucky fan was selected. That's Sam Bush, who's presenting those medals. What a great moment for him. On the right-hand side, it was Olympic champion. Right in the centre, it was the world champion. On the left-hand side, Olympic silver medalist, and now joined by Jimmy Guy. And I've got to tell you, the Olympic medals, 14 Olympic medals amongst those guys, 34 World Championship medals, 2 double Olympians right there, and that is your men's 4x200 meters freestyle relay that won in Tokyo, and they're going to be going back to Paris to try and defend that title, and wouldn't that be something special?